I think it's lunchtime, and it's getting really hot, and I left my hat back at the Jeep, which I'm regretting, and I told myself I wasn't going to start a video unless I found a piece of gold. I found a piece of gold. Let me explain to you what I'm doing. Okay, above me, up here, is a hydraulic pit. And over here on this side is another hydraulic pit. And basically, I'm in the gully between the two hydraulic pits, just working the rocks going down, and I'm going to work the rocks going back up the other side. My theory is that pit went across above me at one time, and over the years it's eroded down, forced down into the creek. And the gold that was in that pit, most of it's down there in the creek, but some of it had to get hung up on this hillside. Well, that's what we're looking for. And I'm here to tell you, there hasn't been a whole lot hung up on this hillside. I've been detecting probably an hour and a half, and I just found my first piece. Let me show you. Right there, it's not real big, but it is gold. Okay, well, what I think I'm going to do, I'm going to check this area a little better. Where I dug this piece out, I'm going to dig some of that dirt out of there and take that and pan it, just for the fun of it. And I'm going to check this whole area really good. And then I think I'm going to head back up to the Jeep for lunch, because I'm starving. Okay, well, let's get back to work. Well, you can see amongst all the busted up bedrock, there is river-worn quartz pieces in here out of the hydraulic pit. So it is here. Now the trick is how much is here and what size. And that's what we're going to find out. Well, I got that piece of gold put away, kind of cleaned the area here, no new targets. And then I thought, well, I better check my hole before I leave. And I got a target in there. Let's see what you think. Well, it sounds good to me, so what do you say we dig it out, see what it is. Now that first one I got down in here, this one sounds like it's up here somewhere. So what I'm going to do is dig everything down into this other hole. Can't be too far, this is all bedrock. In case you're wondering, that's a magnet on the side of the crevice tool to pick up the little tiny pieces of iron. Okay, well, I think we moved it. Let's see if we can get it in the scoop. In the scoop, and it sounds good. Right there, not big, but it's gold. Okay, well, that makes two. We'll put that in the bottle, and then we'll check this area again. Now, I've been piling my dirt in a little pile, and I'm going to throw that in the bag, and we're taking that with us. Now, I told myself I wouldn't do this. Today, I'm looking for big gold. And I told myself I would skip the light targets, and here I am digging the light targets. But I do get ice cream. Okay, let's check this. If there's nothing here, we're moving on. Well, that's it. No more targets. And since my mission today is to find a large piece of gold, I'm gonna try to avoid the real light ones. I don't know how well it's gonna work though. Well, it's time to get you caught up. Had lunch, and then came back, and I decided that that hillside I was on was just too hot. So I've now crossed over, and I'm heading up the other side. This side's a lot cooler, in the shade. Not as much bedrock, but still the gravel here looks good. Okay, right behind me, I've got a decent sounding target, It's loud. I've been ignoring the real light ones. What I do, if I kick the surface off, if the target moves with it, I'm not bothering. If it's still there, then I'll dig a little bit for it. But right now, I want to find a larger piece of gold. So let's go see what this one is. Now the reason I like this one is you'll notice that when I raise my loop up just a couple inches, the target gets really light. And when I lower it down to the surface, it gets pretty loud and sharp. Normally an iron target, it will change very little as you move. Like a nail, if you're 8 inches above the nail, it'll sound good. When you get 6 inches above the nail, it still, it's louder, but not a lot louder. So iron reacts differently. I'm guessing it's gold or lead. Okay, now that's right in here, so we're going to clear us a little spot right here. And then we're going to dig. It's fairly loud, so I'm not too concerned about digging down a couple inches. Ground's pretty hard. Okay, let's see if we moved it. Okay, we definitely moved it, and that's a good sign. I always said it was lead or gold. Not gold. It's lead. It's a 22 bullet. Hey, well, that was kind of exciting for a moment. All right, onward. Well, I got another target here. Sounds good. Let's see what you think. Well, it's a good solid target, nice and loud. So I'm guessing lead or gold. Let's find out. Problem I got is I need both hands, so I can't film finding it, but I found it. We got gold. Let me show you. That's our nicest piece today. They're getting bigger. Yeah, I'm gonna throw it in the bottle, go over this area, see if we can find another one. I got a target, I don't know, a foot above that, and didn't sound real good, so I didn't film it, and it turned out to be a little piece of iron. But I got one right here, sounded okay, and I just scraped the top off and it sounds better. So let me throw the mic in the headphones, see what you think. Now to me, it sounds good, being it's 2 feet above where I've already found a piece of gold. I'm going out on the limb and I'm gonna call this one gold. Now, with the GoPro, I only got one hand, so to make it a lot quicker, I'm just gonna dig it up. Let's see what it is. Well, I always say it's never the rock. Well, this time it is the rock, and I can see the piece of gold. Let me show you. Now, hopefully you can see it right there on the end by my thumb. Get it out in the light. Well, got no idea how big it is, but according to the metal detector, it's a decent sized piece. So that's 2 now that are decent size, so I'm saying we're in the right spot. Let's do a little more looking. Okay, time to get you caught up. I went downhill. It gets steeper as you go, so I left the pack and the camera, everything up here. I picked up 2 more pieces of gold and 1 nail. Let me show you the gold. Now, we got this one here, nice little piece. And then this one, I don't know if you can see it, but right on the edge, you can see gold. I found a piece right here where I'm sitting, So pretty much I've been staying in this line, going up and down the hill, you know, going, I don't know, 5, 6 feet, both sides, but pretty much following the course that if these were rolling down the hill that they would take. We know there's gold somewhere in the gravel that used to be here, and you know, as usual, if there's one, there could be more. So that stuff is eroding down towards the river. Now I'm going to head on back down. I forgot to take a bottle, so I had to come back, put these in a bottle. It gets really steep below that, but I'm going to attempt to go down as far as I can, see if I can pick any more up. Now I'm not going to be able to take the camera with me because I'm going to need both hands. I'll be back. Well, I made it back, and I did manage to pick up 4 more pieces of gold. 3 of them are nice pieces, and then that one little round one, I thought that was a buckshot, so I bit it, and it's gold. Well, now Jeff showed up when I was down there, and since I had the 4 pieces, he's only got 1, so I relinquished that spot to him, and I think I'm going to go up towards the top, see if we can find some big chunks that haven't got down the hill yet. I think I found 1 piece of lead and 2 square nails, and right behind me here, probably 10 feet at the most, is where they were digging. They were digging into the hillside, who knows, but I'm sure it was for gold. Well, right where I'm sitting, I had this is one of the square nails I dug out, but right above it, I got a good sounding target. So, what do you say I throw the mic in the headphones and see what you think? Okay, now that target is just a little bit wider than I like to hear, but well, let's put it this way. If we dig down within 2 or 3 inches and we move it, then I'm saying it's going to be gold. If we don't, then I'm saying it's a nail. Let's find out. Well, that target, it was not easy. It was gold, but I seem to have misplaced my shovel. And trying to find that with your hands, it was tough. But it is a piece of gold. Right there is that piece of gold. Without a shovel, I think I'm going to start detecting my way back to the Jeep. Well, looks like I'm heading back down to where Jeff's working. Give his spot a once over real quick, see if we can turn up something.
Because I found the shovel.
Yeah, you found my shovel. I'd have been further ahead to spend the $3 and buy a new shovel. Well, I've made it back up. We didn't find anything down there in that spot Jeff was working. A couple pieces of iron, that was it. So we've been detecting our way back up the hill, and we're up to the diggings now. So I'm calling it a day, unless something really exciting happens, other than Bigfoot here. I'll see you back at the house. Back at the house, and you guessed it, it's the next day. Well, we detected our way back up to the Jeep, and once you got into where they were digging a lot, there was just so much iron. We couldn't turn anything up. Okay, well, I got that dirt that I gathered up at the first spot. I took that out this morning and panned it. And I was surprised. There was a fair amount of gold in there. And then the stuff that had the conglomerate, I busted that up, got that all cleaned up. So everything's sitting over at the scale. So what do you say we jump over there, see how we did? Okay, let's weigh the gold that we panned out of the dirt. And that is 0.15. And then this is the gold we found detecting. So we ended up with a total of 3.29 grams or 2.12 pennyweights. Little over 3 grams. I'm tickled pink because I've been trying to get to my 2-gram rut for a long time. Well, that spot, there's definitely more gold there, and I'm sure we're going to head back in there and do a little more exploring. And I don't know why, but I think I'm going to drag the backpack down to that first spot and suck up some of that dirt. I was surprised the amount of gold that was in that dirt. And so I'm going to look at that area again a little more just to try to figure out why it's there. Okay, well, that's pretty much all I got on this one, so I'm out of here. I'll see you in the next video, and you guys have a wonderful day.